So, welcome to the session. We are studying this book, Experiencing Being, the Golden Lotus Sutra on Life. We have been seeing that these Golden Lotus Sutras are on different topics or on different category of topics. And this one was on life. So, as we have gone through this book, we have seen how useful, how practical, and how helpful Master Choa's teachings are with regard to life. We've covered so many different aspects. And now we are on near the end of the book in the last section, which Master has called World. So, and we keep saying this that these are sutras. These books contain sutras. So, what does it mean, sutras? Number one, they are logically interconnected. Number two, they are very tightly, deeply condensed with information, with knowledge, with wisdom. So, it takes a slight effort to unpack that highly packed knowledge. Yeah. All right. So page 67. Page 67. We had done the second last sutra before. The reason why we have so many problems in the world is because of ignorance. Because of ignorance, the masses can easily be manipulated by false leaders and teachers. We had discussed this the last time. Just to remind you, I had talked about the importance of mental industriousness, especially with this threat of social media, so much of disinformation, so much of misinformation. It is very important for us. We read something, we need to verify, validate it, to cross check it. Otherwise, we can easily be fooled, whether it is by some false leader or a false teacher. So we need to be, so Master keeps using the word discernment. That discernment is very important. All right, the next sutra, which is the last one in the book. Wars occur because people do not know how to think clearly and accurately. They are gullible. Who's gullible? They, the people. People are gullible and easily manipulated by dubious religious, military, and political leaders. This is why good education for the masses is an absolute necessity for world peace. Regular practice of meditation on twin hearts reinforces the act of internal giving through blessing the earth and all the people. If you remember the section heading world, there was a teaching there also, a sutra there also. The key to world peace is to teach people to think for themselves and to use discernment. So now again on the first sutra we talked about it. Again on the last sutra, Master is reminding us wars. So what is the opposite of peace? Is war. So wars happen. So for example, in World War II, Mr. Hitler was able to convince all the German people that, it is because of the Jews that we are having all the problems. If we kill the Jews, then our problems will go away. Even more recently, Russia invaded Ukraine. So they created this story. They said, oh, there are Nazis now who are governing Ukraine and we have to get rid of them. So people create these false narratives and they are used to manipulate people. And why people get manipulated? Because they do not know how to think clearly and accurately. So, through disinformation and misinformation, they can be easily manipulated. So and so is our enemy, so and so is our friend, without any basis. So, that is the problem. So that's why Master says good education for the masses. Now, if you remember, we talked about that also. What is the purpose of education? What is the difference between good education and bad education? You see, especially in today's world, access to information is not no longer an important part of education. But teaching people to think, teaching people to discern meaning being able to distinguish between right and wrong, true and false, more important, less important, more value, less value, more helpful, less helpful. That is the purpose of education. So two purposes. Number one, teaching people to think. Number two, being able to help them or teaching them to practice discernment. These are the two most important parts of education. So that is what Master is talking about here. That this is why good education for the masses is an absolute necessity for world peace. Without world peace, this will always happen. Somebody will rise up, he or she will take advantage of the situation, you know, through misinformation and disinformation, manipulate their citizens, become a leader, and then, start a war here or there and so on. So this is now the other thing that Master is recommending here is the regular practice of meditation on twin hearts. Why? Because he's saying it reinforces the act of internal giving through blessing the earth and all the people. So all of us are familiar with the meditation on twin hearts. What do we do there? We be aware of the heart, we bless the earth with attention on the heart, then through the crown, and then through both of them. Now, what Master is telling us is that this is a form of giving. This creates an attitude of giving, even though you are just giving good wishes or blessings. You are not. You see, many times people do prayers and invocations with the intention of asking God for things. Oh, please give me this. Please give me this. What do you do? What is the difference with meditation on twin hearts? We use a prayer, we use an invocation, the prayer of Saint Francis, but it is with the intention not of taking but of giving. How does it begin? Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. You remember this? So you are always, throughout that, you have the attitude of giving, peace and love and harmony and forgiveness and reconciliation and faith and strength and light and happiness and so on. So it essentially, if the entire world were to practice meditation on twin hearts, it would bring about a transformation where people would not be inclined to threaten, to harm. It will create that sense of harmlessness. Somebody who's doing meditation on twin hearts properly and regularly, can you imagine that person resorting to violence? It's very unlikely. So that is what is required, that we try to spread the meditation on twin hearts throughout the world. So each of us is fully capable to do that. And that is what our goal must be. We must help people who don't know about the meditation on twin hearts, teach them meditation on twin hearts, and number two, help them practice it wherever possible. At least start with your family, start with your friends, your immediate social circle, start there. But we must do this. Why? Apart from everything else. You see, we've also seen meditation on twin hearts. It helps people in their health. It helps them with their inner peace, with their inner joy. Correct? I hope all of us have already experienced this. Now, more than all that, the benefit to that person, it is also helping the world by creating, this foundation for world peace. So it is very, very necessary. Okay. All right. Now on the next page 69, there is this box item. In blessing the earth, silently say, from the heart of God, let the entire earth be blessed with loving kindness. May the mind of every person, every being be blessed with divine light, divine guidance, wisdom, and discernment. May the will of every person be blessed with inner strength to do what is right and to refrain from unwholesome actions. May every person, every being be blessed with happiness, good health, spirituality, and abundance. So be it. So, what a wonderful prayer. Different from the prayer of Saint Francis of Assisi. And here, sort of explicitly, Master is invoking or, using the three aspects, the three divine aspects: divine light, divine love, and divine power, or rather, divine love, divine light, and divine power. And he is master through this prayer is getting us to sort of bless the earth with development of all the three aspects. In the beginning, the love aspect, then the light aspect, then the will aspect. Yeah, and if you are familiar with the Om Mani Padme Om, book, this is actually a subset. This what we I just read is a subset of the larger prayer by Master Choa, which is given in the Om Mani Padme Hum book. And this is a nice poster. I'm sure you can get it online, or I don't know online, but certainly from your foundation, you should be able to get this. It's a nice poster to have and to do this prayer from time to time. It's a longer prayer. It's more detailed. What we are doing here is like a summary of that. So this, we can use this prayer instead of the prayer of Saint Francis to do meditation on twin hearts. Master has given us many nice prayers. There are many nice prayers that Master Choa has promoted. Like, for example, of course, there is the prayer of Saint Francis of Assisi, which we use in the regular twin heart meditation. Then there is the great invocation, where Master has given us a slightly altered version of that, the great invocation. I hope you are aware of that, and so on and so forth. So this is also one such prayer or invocation. And what you all you need to do is think of a happy moment, be aware of the heart, raise your hands, imagine the earth, and do this prayer. And again with your crown, and again with your sorry, excuse me, both with the crown and the I'm so sorry. There's some irritation in the air. It's sort of tickling my nasal passage. Sorry about that. So that's what you can use this to bless the earth. Have you ever done the meditation on twin hearts using a different prayer? For example, the great invocation. This, by the way, using this prayer, this is a meditation CD that is available, I think, also from the foundations. You can get that. Their master uses the mantra Om Mani Padme Hum. There's a lot of chanting of Om and then Om Mani Padme Hum, and then master says, be aware of the heart, and then we bless the earth through this prayer, through the Om Mani Padme Hum prayer. So similarly, you can also use the great invocation. Now, what is important, whether you use the prayer of Saint Francis or great invocation or this one or any other prayer, what is important is that you must have it should not be done mechanically. It must be done with full conviction, with full emotional and mental involvement. That is when it becomes really very powerful. Yeah. So after that, then master's usual way of, every time he would teach something, he would say, did I say something? Just to remind you that what I've said is very, very important. So we come to the end of this book. This is now the third book that we have completed.